Hello, my name is Tim Black. You're tuned in to Tim's Take Live. I did a video yesterday about Kajieme Powell, a young man who was killed in St. Louis, Missouri, just yesterday, shot by police. I included that video in one of my Ferguson update videos. Well, today I had the opportunity for the first time to actually see the footage of the shooting of Mr. Powell. All right, I got a question. Is there ever a situation when a cop should use a taser? How about a nightstick? Ever? Under what situations are you supposed to use them? Because every time I look at footage, I'm seeing officers just unload weapons. I'm not seeing use of non-lethal force. You got one guy with a butter knife in his hand. I've superimposed this video, trying to see this long katana blade, this Baraka blade. I don't see it. This Wolverine blade, I'm waiting to see it. Show me something. I can't even see the blade that this guy is wielding. And no, this officer is not 3 feet or 4 feet away from the officer. He looks a good 7, 8, maybe 9 feet from that officer. You got two officers. You got one man who's obviously mentally disturbed. He was not robbing a bank. The man stole a Honey Bun. He didn't have hostages. Why can't we use non-lethal force to try to take him down? At least try to. Why is the first recourse always to take life? And see, this is the thing. And a lot of my brothers who want to be loved so much by society, they want to be embraced by white folks. I'm just going to keep it simple and plain. Because see, they think you won't like them if they tell you the truth. So they think the only way to get ahead in this news game or in this society is to kiss your ass. I ain't going to kiss your ass. I don't do ass kissing. I'm shooting it to you straight, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to watch me anymore, I understand it. Somebody will. But I'm going to tell you this. It appears to me that when you black, you get shot down. When you black, your life is expendable. I seen a guy shoot up a movie theater and got better treatment than this guy. Yes, he's hard-headed. You're right, he's not listening to the officers. I would encourage him to do so. In fact, the guy taking the video, when he saw that this man was walking over to those officers, he already knew. He was like, uh-oh. Because we know what officers do to us. But see, the problem is this man has a mental problem, a mental disability. He's well known throughout this neighborhood as being someone who is mentally challenged. Now, I know officers want to go home. I know you want to go home, sir. Maybe, just maybe, both things could have been achieved. You could have made it home safely, and he could have made it home eventually. You know, like after going to the hospital or after coming out the psych ward or whatever. Both things could have been accomplished. Both things can exist in the same universe if you allow it to. But it don't seem like that's what these officers want. I apologize for being on the side of law enforcement on this case. Mr. Powell's life could have been spared. And if it couldn't have been spared, you should have tried. It's two of you, it's one of him. He got a little tiny knife that I can't even see. One of you could have tased him. If that didn't work, the other one's got the drop on him. You know how this is supposed to work. We watch the same cop shows. Why none of my cops like the cops on TV? Where's the flesh wounds? I'm going to get out of here. Let me know what you think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fired up. This is ridiculous. They are taking lives they don't have to take. They're doing it because they know they can. Let me know what you think in the comment section. You know exactly how I feel. I apologize for thinking that what the information I was given yesterday was honest and truthful and accurate. Those cops at no time were in imminent danger. Bin Laden probably had less holes in him than this man, Mr. Powell. My condolences to his family.